up, people? Once again, it's your boy, ThaBlackCobra.
Hey, we're starting, okay?
Back once again with the Wheel Life live stream. Today, we are going to do the same thing, some positive conversation. Everybody's already jumping in the comments or in the chat section, and I appreciate that. If you guys are in there and you see people that, or you don't see people that wanted to jump in, make sure you hit them up. Because every week I get people going, oh man, I missed it, I forgot. So if you guys are in the chat, you know what I mean, hit the link, share it out, get those people over here so they don't say the same thing and miss out. So today we are going to talk to my man Ustride. We're going to talk more positive things in the world of EUC. But before we get to that, I want to make sure you guys see up in the corner here, I started the Wheel Life show. If you don't know, I'm starting to put these episodes onto a podcast form so that you can take them with you and you can listen to them wherever you may be, so you don't have to have YouTube open to get the same content. I'm also going to try to put on there native interviews from different people, and there'll be a lot shorter interviews, but I'm trying to reach out to different people in our community that want to do these things and do podcasts and have conversations. Because some people that I talk to, they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do a live stream for that long, that period of time. And I understand that. Honestly, people, when I started this, the plan was to do these a half an hour, an hour. But because so many people in the comment section, we love talking. This is the one show where we can bring everybody together. So it ends up going 2 hours, 2.5. And honestly, I love it, and I hope you guys do too. I know everybody can't stay for the entire time, but if you can't, you can go back at a later date. I'm going to put these up on the podcast channel, and you can get that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you can get podcasts, you can grab the Wheel Life show. I already got a few episodes up there, and I will be going back and putting the previous episodes up there so you can go ahead and listen to them at your leisure. So today, we got a lot of conversation. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in my man, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Ustride.
Yeah.
So, Ustride, he wanted to have a conversation, people. He's having a dilemma. And he knew that there's a lot of people having this same dilemma. So he wanted to come on and talk about it. So we're bringing it up today. And that dilemma is the Veteran Sherman or the MSP High Speed Edition. Now, he's a lover of the MSP, as many of you out there are. And he has been loving his MSP. But if he gets the High Speed Edition, he's really going to love it. So he's thinking of getting that or the Veteran Sherman. So that's the conversation today. So before we even get started, in the chat, tell me, Veteran Sherman or MSP High Speed? Tell me what you think now, and then we'll go into the conversation. So what's up, buddy? What's going on with you, Ustride?
I'm good, man. Am I clear? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. And I'm glad you mentioned that. Sound check. Guys out there, last week's stream, my voice was kind of lower than our guests. And I wanted to make sure that that's not this way. I have them leveled out here, but sometimes I can't tell exactly how it's going to play back. So you guys tell me in the chat, are we loud and clear? Are we pretty even? Do we need one of our volumes to go up, or do you think it sounds good? You guys let me know. So in the chat room, I'm going to give some shouts out real quick to my man, EX Rev Rides. He's in the house.
I know.
He's the man. He sent me his MSP High Speed right here to ride, and I'm gonna put a sticker on it, autograph it, and then I'm gonna send it off to Ustride, and he's gonna do the same, and we're gonna bring it around to different YouTubers, and then we're gonna try and do something special after we get a bunch of stickers and signatures. We're gonna try to raffle it off, we're not sure how we're gonna do it, but you'll hear about it at a later time. So stay tuned for that. So what's up? Rev Rides, James Mucklin, he's always in here. James Holmes is in here. EVX in the house. What's up, buddy? EVX. My man. He gets a lot of love. Always, you guys know how thorough EVX is. Another thorough video this week. Vincent, he's in here. We got we lost him. Can we get him back? There we go. You good?
Dude, it's like I called the health insurance company,
and they called you back.
1 second, and they call me like they've been calling me all week.
All right, Dan Kobar, Moon Lad, James Holmes. I don't know if I mentioned him, and Cecil Rocket. Cecil Rocket is he don't even ride. He's a military buddy of mine. What's up, Ricky Rocket? What's up, Rocket? Yo, it's good to see you, man. And hit me again later, and I'll give you some ideas on a new wheel. He wants to start riding. Splice is in here. Wilson is in here. Love it, guys. Keep it coming. Daniel's in here. I'm just scrolling through. I'm not even reading what you guys are saying yet. David Jones is in here. The very best, he's in here. All right, so talk to me, U-Stride. What are you leaning towards right now?
Right. So, I mean, I wanted to talk to you about this because you and I and many, other YouTubers, we pretty much kind of help people make out decisions, right? Because some people obviously already purchased the Sherman before us.
Yep.
Because they have deep pockets. And,
I don't got them deep pockets.
But even those that purchased it still talk to us, and I find that a little humbling that even if they still purchased it before, they still ask us questions because we have experience and whatever. But I'm looking at one of the comments here. Let's see, the very best.
Yeah.
He said, Kuji has over 1.8 million views on his Sherman video.
I'll put that up.
Well, yeah. So I'm looking at that, and I'm like, that says a lot, right? Right there. So
it does.
It's like, is it, because I'm trying to find out what is it saying? Because you read that, and you're like, it's true. But what is it saying? Clearly, it's saying people love the Sherman, right?
Yep.
But also, is it that people love the Sherman, or is it that it's a cry? It's like, not a cry, but like, like a kettle when it's boiling and it goes steaming and it's like, it's like the Gotway people or people who are interested in Gotway, is that their steam letting out? I'm not sure. I can't tell if that's, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like all this time we've been kind of looking for this because we've been looking for something from Gotway who's been the number one in terms of performance for a very long time. And they have, like the MSP, when it came out, I made a video expecting at least 50 miles an hour on that wheel.
Yeah.
Because it's called the MS Pro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I look at that, and then they released it, and I tried my best to like really push it and see what I could get out of it, but in Europe, EUC service saw what I was talking about, what a lot of people were talking about, and they were just like, wow, they didn't do it. So let's do it. So we will do it. So then we get, the EUC service, they did their thing.
With the MSS.
Congratulations to the MSS, exactly, from Wrong Way. I saw it first on Wrong Way, Wrong Way's channel.
Yeah. Daniel,
and, he pushed it up to like 75 kilometers per hour, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So that was pretty cool. But on top of that, it has a great motor.
Yeah.
It's not a 2,000 watt motor like the high-speed MSP. And it also has so it has good torque, and it has good speed, and it has good range.
Right.
So I don't know if anybody in the comments can tell me, but I don't remember what the watt hours is on the battery for the MSS, but I don't think it's 1,800.
No, it's more than that. I think it's either 2,200 or something like that. It's yeah.
I don't know if someone in the comments could tell us, but my point is, you have Sherman. I literally felt like Sherman came out and saw all of this disappointment.
Yeah.
Now, in Kuji's video, remind me if I'm wrong, in Kuji's video, in the first one with the review of the Sherman, he was saying that, they were working on this for a long time.
Yeah.
So how long? Like, was it 10 years? Was it 5 years?
No, not that long.
While they were in the company, they were still working on it?
Yeah.
but plotting away how to jump
Well,
ship with as much information.
honestly, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think that they were in the company and they had these ideas and they were pushing it to the company, and so they thought they were gonna get the company to go that route. When they didn't, they said, "Okay, now we got to start making our own thing," and that's when they, started branching off on their own. So, I don't know. I don't know how long it took them to come up with this, but I know they obviously have been looking at it for a long time, like they said. So. What's up, V? What's up, Two Slice? Welcome, guys. So yeah, well, the problem though that we're having is all this good stuff, and people still go back to the same thing. In the comments, they're saying that the MSP is made out of toilet paper.
Oh my God.
One person said the MSP is made out of toilet paper and spit. one person said it's made out of toilet paper and glue. Yo, you guys are killing me. You're killing me. Yo, it's right here. Matter of fact, Daniel said toilet paper and spit, and same dude said toilet paper and glue. Yo. Anyway, we know their shells are crap. We know it. But it's not just that. That's the biggest issue, and you guys know every week on these live streams I go in on Gotway because of that, because they're still giving us the same crap and not making it better. But it's not just that. Like you said, people look to us to give them information, and I appreciate the fact that everybody gives as much information. Whenever we get something, we share it right away. And I appreciate like Kuji and EVX, because they're talking directly to the distributors and manufacturers, and they're getting information and putting it out as soon as they can. And I appreciate that, and especially Mickey recently with some of his little issues he had back and forth, but he spoke up. James Mucklin said 1800 or 2250 for the motor, I guess. I think it's.
He's referring to the MSP, though.
Yeah, probably. So the MSS, we were wondering if the MSS, what's the watt hour? I mean, what's the motor power on that? Let me see if anybody said it here. But
is that someone said 2200 watt hour? That's EX Rev. The additional pack is a total of 2200 watt hours. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Well, Dan says that the MSP is 1800 watt hour with 2500 motor, but we're talking about obviously if they did that, when they did the MSS, that's what we're saying on not just the MSP. So the MSP high speed edition, and I gotta look at the specs because I believe that it is it's at least a 2200 watt hour. I mean, a 2200 watt motor. I don't know if it's a 2500 in the when they put the new motherboard. Actually, it has to be because the MSP is 2500. So this one has an upgraded motherboard, so it allows it to be the high speed edition. So it must be 2500. Oh wait, Dan says MSS is 2000 watt.
Motor.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check on that.
We're gonna have to find.
Yeah, because I can't remember right now, honestly. And normally I'm looking at the stats, and I'm not gonna pull it up right now. But I know that.
Okay, how about this? You can look up the stats. Let me just say this about Gotway.
Okay.
Because I don't like when people beat up Gotway like this. Because,
no, look, they gotta take their lumps, man.
No, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with taking lumps, but let's give some even lumps. Here's the thing, right? I remember when I first started I came into the writing, EUC very late.
Yep.
When I say very late, I mean compared to more experienced people like David,
right?
Deshaun, even EVX probably, because I remember when I first came on my first demo, I got an EVWare sticker on my Tesla.
Right.
And I think I saw one of his videos too, but I didn't know them. But anyway, you're talking about Chris, House of Job. There's a bunch of other guys who were just way into this stuff, right? But at that time, there were no electric unicycles that pushed more than 30 miles an hour on paper.
Right.
Like none. And could you imagine way before that, there were, in motion, King Song, they were making wheels upwards of like 16, 20, 25 miles an hour or something like that. Like 25 miles an hour many years ago seemed ridiculous.
Yeah, of course.
And then it seemed ridiculous. And then when Gotway came out, when I first got my wheel, the first thing I was told by the guy I bought the wheel from, he was like, "Oh yeah, you want to stay away from Gotway." Like that was the talk. The talk back then was stay away from Gotway because they make shoddy machines. They're very fast. They only care about speed, and they don't match their speed with safety, etc. All of which were true. But for some reason, no matter how much I tried to stay away, and not just me, a lot of other people tried to stay away from Gotway.
Right.
It just kept pulling us in because what happened was as you progressed with the technology in motor, in range, whatever, it seemed like Gotway was the only one focusing on performance in terms of BMS.
Right.
So not only are they able to give us crazy potential speed, but they're able to manage that with good range because they have probably the best BMS in terms of high-speed performance to range. So the beating is cool, but at the same time, if it wasn't for Gotway, I mean, you wouldn't have a talk about performance, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, okay. So Mickey says that he says Gotway won't come back with a serious response to veteran until 2021. Mark my words. I believe you, Mickey, and you know why? I say that because they've already had things slotted. And they don't change course like other companies do. Like other companies will in motion. They just change course because of all the stuff we were saying. They're like, hold up, give them a little more power, give them a little more speed. They changed the batteries and everything right then before they put it out because they heard and they listened. Gotway doesn't do that. So I agree with Mickey. Yeah. They're gonna go with what they already have, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. So
and I think, don't you think that's something to be said about Gotway though? I mean, we want better stuff, and I personally do. Like when my first Tesla, it's kind of funny. Tesla is kind of confusing because the first Tesla, there's Tesla, the very first Tesla, and then there's the second version of the Tesla, which is what I have, and then there's another version called the version 2, but that's actually technically the version 3. And then I technically have the version 2, and then the version 1, nobody remembers. Because
I had the version 1.
Oh, you had the version 1?
Yeah.
So you had the version without the carbon fiber?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep.
So that Tesla was the worst Tesla in terms of crashing. Like,
yeah, it was.
If that thing touched the ground, it's just evaporating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The one I had, when it came with the carbon fiber, I crashed it so many times. I had no idea what people were talking about. But then when I looked on the Electric Genius Cycle Forum and the YouTube videos, it made sense. I was like, okay.
See, look.
I think
Daniel says Gotway made the fastest wheels with the special battery eject feature when you Yo, Daniel, I'm thinking of that the monster tunnel video where the battery, they did it in slow motion and the monster went boom 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 and the battery just ejected. That was so funny. Yo, Rev Rides, he's laughing because that's what they were. I mean, their shells, they do that. They just shatter and eject parts everywhere. And then you gotta scoop up the parts and how many Frankenstein wheels have you seen?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on for a second. I would like to enjoy this moment with you and bashing Gotway, but here's the thing, man. You know what they say, right? you know what they say. It's the loudest one that makes the noise, right? Obviously, I don't know what the saying is, but it's like you have you have the very few people who are experiencing certain things, and they are the ones that pretty much project what the feel is going on.
No. That's an overall theme. Come on, you Stride.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Go.
Hold on, man.
Go ahead.
Listen. Let me ask you this, and let me ask anyone in the comments. Let's bring this to the grassroots. This is a grassroots effort to find the truth.
Okay.
All right? All right. In your life, how many people have you known that crashed and their MSPs went, or their Gotway devices went everywhere? How many people you know personally in your life? And I ask the same question to everyone in the comments.
2.
Oh, yeah?
2. And my boy, like
in your personal life, not video? I'm
personal life. Personal life. Pee-wee got a monster like that, like mine. His was the edition before it, but 1 week. He had it 1 week. Yo, the first crash. Pow! Yo.
Really?
Yo, when I saw him next time, he had these Frankenstein bolts through the top part of the shell.
You did say that.
Yo, I was like, what the hell happened? He's like, yo, it crashed.
How fast was he going?
Not that fast. And,
really?
And
wow.
he was riding an MSX, and he sold his MSX to Showtime, and she was riding that, and she was like, so he had to give her another shell because her shell didn't hold up either. So I'm like, man, listen, I'm not saying I don't have love for Gotway, because I do. I got love for Gotway too. They do hell of a job when it comes to speed and range, but shoddy workmanship when it comes to their quality control, because too many people, like how many people had issues with theirs, with wiring or this or that, or if you count it up. The
wiring, you're right about the wiring. I can't argue with that.
Yeah, if you count it up, there's a lot of people that had, and like Mickey said before, we're left to our own devices to fix some of these things. Like the major things, like who's gonna ship their monster back to get it worked on? You know what I mean? You're gonna look up videos and end up working on it on your own. And whether
and when I first got into purchasing a Gotway, that was because I was watching Duff. It was Duff's channel I was watching, and he literally went into Gotway and was one of his videos telling you just stay away from Gotway until they make better machines with better quality control.
Yeah.
So when I first got into purchasing Gotway, the first thing that came to my mind, like to your point, was I don't want to work on the wheel the first time I get it. but I like the speed and I like the range, but I don't want to touch this thing.
Right.
I don't want to have, when I get an iPhone or even an Android, you don't see me opening up the Android and the iPhone and playing with it and tinkering, soldering stuff. And
exactly.
I don't do that. Yeah. So, but for some reason, it still didn't deter me. And when I first opened up my Tesla, because I had a flat, and I remember I opened up my emotions. The one thing I noticed, the one thing I could not help but notice, is the motherboard.
Yeah. Like,
they don't call it the motherboard; they call it the control board. But the control board in motion looks like a computer. like the motherboard on a computer. Everything is well put together. You can tell it was built by a machine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they went through the process of development before they put this thing out.
Yeah. Quality control.
Exactly. And if you look at Gotway, it's sad but true. You're like, what the frick is going on? I agree with that 100%. That part I will not disagree with, because you're like, I wish I had never opened this up. Because now you see what you're dealing with.
Oh, my eyes are watering.
This is a harsh critique, but Gotway, this part maybe, because there are manufacturing companies out there, if money is an issue, where they could actually, I mean, it's China, right? There's companies everywhere where you could like automate the production of your circuit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that in Motion, they pride themselves on that. Like you guys saw, everybody in the comments, you saw the breakdown of that V11. That was like crazy. Like how many screws and levels, and I was like, that's one impressively put together wheel. Then you get to the Gotway and it's like cheap plastic shell, and like everything's right there. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
they didn't put a lot into this, did they? So
I think
it seems like Bubba and them in the back are putting it together.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. You know, it's at a point now where Gotway has no more excuses, basically.
No, they don't.
At this point, because back then I could see it, because we could say, okay, it's still in development, we're still all learning.
Yep.
But now there's almost no excuse.
There
because
isn't.
Now you have Sherman, a company not completely out of nowhere, but a Sherman coming from Gotway.
Yeah.
No, what's interesting, here's the interesting thing about Sherman, though. It seems like certain things, you could tell they're from Gotway because certain things followed them into Sherman.
Yes, of course.
When Marty did that Overheat Hill, what did we notice?
Like, when you open it up?
Well, not just what we noticed was, you know, Koji mentioned it, a bunch of people mentioned it, that the wiring under extreme stress melts.
Well, that's because, and they said it perfectly, and what was crazy is how they knew what the issue was. Like, they knew, okay.
Right, and they jumped on it.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we got to fix it. Let's put out a fix. The only thing is, and I'm still concerned about this, is the fact that those sleeves cannot go on the wiring inside of the nut, the axle nut. The sleeves go all the way down.
So there's a point.
They go right to there, and when that hole in the axle, the sleeves don't go through, so the wires are still touching inside. However, they said that their update to the software, not the BMS, but their update to the software is adjusting it so that it won't allow the wheel to overheat. It won't allow the wheel to get hot enough to melt the wires. Those two things are their fixes. Put the sleeves on, independent sleeves, and change it so that it won't overheat. So I'm like, it's a good idea, and I hope it works, you know. But
that goes to show you something, though. Some of the philosophies, the design philosophies and approaches, they got from Gotway, and they brought it over. So maybe it's going to take a couple of years, a couple of tries for them to weed out bad practices. Because
I don't think it's going to take them that long. I don't think it's going to take them that long because those guys are like this.
They're like that. Yeah, they listen.
Yes.
Like you said.
Yeah, they're not like Gotway, okay, money. They're like, hey, what do you guys want? What's wrong with it? Let's fix it and move on. You know? Mm-hmm. So, what's up, Adam? What's up, brother? He moved. I hope your move went well. I hope you're settled in with your new spot. But it's good to see you on here. Okay, here's a question, you Stride. So nice sketch. He's saying, does the MSP have an issue with being a balanced unit? Yes. What do
you mean?
The way that the MSP is, it leans to one side more than the other because of the way that the batteries are not balanced perfectly. They have the board on one side with one battery and then a couple batteries on the other side. So not everyone, but a lot of people are mentioning the issue. Mm-hmm. And this guy, he even says, I noticed, because remember I told you about your tire being worn on one side before you got your flat?
The tire, so I have to address that. So basically, you're right. The MSP and I think Gotways in general have a balancing issue. This is why a lot of people encounter wobbles. So wobbles, and V explained this in one of her videos, and Kuji as well, but just think about it like this. You have a wheel, and then you have two sides to the wheel, and then you have a wheel in the middle of the wheel. So basically, you have a scale, and the idea is to try to get it balanced.
Yeah.
So when you're writing any feedback, because there's this thing called resonance, all that stuff, vibrations can come from anything. It can come from your writing style. It can come from potholes, and whatever, right? Yep. But the point is, while you're writing, you don't want the wheel to be unbalanced. And it is unbalanced, like Cobra said, because you have batteries on one side, so batteries are pretty heavy. And then you have electronics on the other side, and sometimes you have batteries on the other side, but they're not the same. They don't balance out the other side. It's just weight. With Sherman, one thing I noticed, the very first thing, like Kuji stated, the very first thing I noticed when I got in that thing, when I was writing it, and when I jammed on the brakes, when I squatted hard to hold brakes as hard as I could, there was freaking, the wobble did not exist. I'm like, what the freak? When I wrote the MSP the first time, the first thing that happened, and I wasn't even doing 40, I was doing like 28 maybe, and I jammed on the brakes, I did a hard smash. I started like doing this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, that's gonna take me a while to get used to. So one more thing I have to say regarding my tire balding on one side. In order for me to like counter any type of wobble, the way I ride, as you guys know, is like a grasshopper. So basically, I have my left heel leaning forward and my right inner thigh pressing against the wheel itself at high speed. That's what I always do. So I never get wobbles, but the drawback is, as you've seen, is that I wear out one side of the tire.
But the thing is, it's not just you. That's what you're not getting. Like, he's asking, and I noticed yours right away, but it's not just you. A lot of people complain because look, even V said it. V said,
really?
She said MSP does have a balance issue, and hers definitely did. A lot of people complain about that same thing because of the way they have the only wheel that really had it. Well, not the only wheel, but one of the wheels that is the Sherman. It perfectly balanced because they put the exact same number of batteries on each side and the control board on the top. And I mean,
you know, I wonder if it has to do with the tires too, because if you look at I mean, my 84 volt, I've been riding that thing way more than my MSP, so you're probably right, because I don't have it's not wearing out.
But yeah, it's also that tire, because that MSP tire has the strip in the middle. And that strip, it's got that little thin strip in the middle, so the tire, it's either one side or the other. It doesn't ride in the middle. So if you ride the compensation for the battery, and then you end up riding that side because it doesn't ride right in the middle. So a lot of people change that tire, or some people change the tire, not a lot, but you know, but look at this. EVX says, I've been through 4 control boards on my Gotway. And that's due to them just dying out of the blue. He told me, preach, Erwin. Hey, I'm just saying it like it is. It's
that's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people have these issues, and we don't hear as much about them because Jason is great at helping us out. He's great at following up with people. So when we have issues, he tries to make sure that we can, take care of things. But it's a problem. It is, and I know you saying, well, how many people really know? Trust me, this is real. Like, it's everywhere. Yeah. It's like all over, and it's sad that.
Hey, Erwin,
what's up?
What do you think? What do you think about, like? So you know how, I don't know how to explain it, but so the first thing you'll notice too about Gotway, like, they use little screws.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like really tiny screws.
Yeah.
What if they had like a clamp? You know what I mean? Like if you close, like, I don't know how you call it. Like, it's like hooks. Like when you like put 2 layers together, plastic layers, and they clamp into each other.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be a great idea too?
To hold the shell on, you mean?
Yeah, like, because right now if you take up a little screw, it starts to like flap a little. Because the screws are really small.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But the only way they could do that is like if they did that kind of hook mechanism. Now, look, I'm no engineer. I just love gadgets, so I see all kinds. So I see all kinds of stuff. But if they had the shell set where you put the shell on and rotate it, and when you rotate it, it would lock in place around a lot of the edges. And then they had a couple of screws around. That might help.
Right. That might help. I don't know.
Yeah, that might help. But also, an issue with that would be what happens when it crashes and those clamps break because of the crash.
Well, that's for them to figure out, dude. Shell fasteners. He said shell fasteners. Yeah, something like that. Like shell fasteners.
Yeah. Oh, real talk. My man with the super chat. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. Now remember, the more super chats I get, the more opportunity I have to to do giveaways. So I appreciate the super chats, guys.
EVX said In Motion did that rotation thing on the shell, and it worked well. See?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and I honestly do believe that, and that's probably where I saw it at on my
Yeah.
emotion. But I mean,
So back to topic here. So the thing is, you asked me yesterday, would I get the Sherman? You know, I really like the Sherman because I've always been asking for a top tier wheel in terms of speed and range, but mostly speed, right?
Yeah.
But the Sherman has something I never expected from a wheel, and that is complete balance.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cars in the industry is, or in the world, is BMW, because it's not because it's Black Man's Wish or Be My Wife.
Yeah, you crazy.
It's because BMW goes the they say it's the ultimate driving machine, right? So basically, one of the reasons they call it the ultimate driving machine is because they don't play around when it comes to balance.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing has almost 50-50 distribution. So the front is 50, the back is 50, and you can tell because they even take the battery, okay, which most cars have in the front,
Yep.
and they put it in the back for 50-50 distribution to make sure that the car is well balanced, because you got to start with the basics. You got to balance this thing out.
Yeah.
And so one thing I never ever experienced with Gotway was balance. You know, there was always some type of wobble somewhere. There was always some type of irregularity somewhere in riding, and you always have to compensate for it with skill.
Yeah.
And sometimes by crashing, and you don't want to do that. So a lot of people saw my video, and they were like, why are you riding like this with the Sherman? Why the freak? Why? But dude, if you were where I was on the Sherman, the thing is that, so I have like milestones. I will ride a wheel to a point, and then if I feel anything, I'll pull back. But the Sherman, I felt nothing. There were certain things I was looking for. I was looking for wobbles. I was looking for let up on power. I was looking for any type of like negativity. Right. I couldn't find anything, so it just pushed me to go more and more. But I know I was going to stop at a certain speed. I stopped at 39 miles an hour. So I want it, but on the other side, I'm thinking in terms of portability and how do you call it? Yeah, portability, and it's just not portable. You know, I can't imagine myself having to pick that thing up, you know, for any reason.
Yeah, but honestly, it's not. Look, it's bad because it's 77 pounds. Nothing you can do about it. It's heavy. However, I picked it up with one hand and I grabbed it by the bar because that roll bar gives you that grip. No, you're not gonna always be able to carry it like that because it is heavy. But if you grabbed it by the bar and lean the opposite way, you could get it up the stairs with one hand if you had to. Is it hard? Yes. Do you want to do that all the time? No. But it's a trade-off because that's the most well-balanced wheel. Now, I'm talking junk because I don't know. I don't even know if I'm getting one because, like I said, my pockets ain't deep enough. And right now, unless I get, you know, some help or somebody, you know, sends me it to try out, I don't even know if I'll get to ride it again. But I can tell you that I was impressed, and I would if I had the ability, I had the extra cash to buy that as well. I would definitely, because yes, it's heavy and it's hard to lift, but you can manage it. You know, I watched V lifting the wheel, and it was hard for her, but she weighs 127 pounds. So the wheel is more than half her weight. Of course, she had trouble getting in and out of the trunk. But somebody like you, somebody like me, somebody like Mickey, I mean, guys, you know, who are bigger than her, we'll be able to do what we got to do. So that's all I'm saying.
I think, so one thing I noticed when I had the Tesla, I thought it was awesome. It was fast, but I live in a city where there are lots of turns, you know, a lot of short blocks. So everything is separated by blocks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I went to, like, Central Mass, for example, you know, where one of my buddies lives, Central Mass, there's no blocks. There's, like, streets, like, look like mini highways. So the Tesla or even the MSX at times can feel a little slow because it's so long. Like, you're riding, you know what I mean? But the Sherman, it's it has the perfect weight and size to speed to range, I guess, ratio. So I think it'll just make you feel more safe riding that type of wheel with that type of weight. Because for some reason, like for example, one area I feel the wheel is beneficial in terms of weight is the wind. I hate riding in the wind.
Yeah.
But when I do ride in the wind, I usually bring my backpack so that it counters the wind, and also it adds weight. So I feel, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to feel like you're being thrown off by a gust of wind.
Yeah.
And so the Sherman, I feel like that's another plus for the weight because if you're,
it helps. It helps.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, another super chat. Yeah. Appreciate it, Daniel. Appreciate it, buddy. He said, how about they use better inserts in this magic called Loctite instead of spit? All right, buddy. That's messed up. But, EVX says the street tire on the Veteran is a no-go for him. How do you feel about that? You saw Kuji's video. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, when I first got on the Sherman, I didn't ride it, obviously, the very, very first time. I looked at the wheel, and I was like, wow, this tire looks like off-roading tire.
Yes.
But I didn't know until you ride, right?
Yep.
So as you saw, when I rode it, I was like, holy freaking moly, what they do, this is like magic. They literally took knobby tires, which looks like off-roading tire, but it feels great at high speed. On high speed, it feels amazing. And one reason I feel it's amazing is because of the grip. There's a lot of grip, there's a lot of traction. And number two, I feel it makes it more stable because on my MSP at high speed, you can kind of, people use the term squirrely, but you can feel this a little bit if you're not careful.
Yes.
If you're not careful, you could feel this.
Yep.
But on the Sherman, it was just planted. It literally felt planted at high speed. So it offers like this high level of stability.
Yeah.
And that's what I said in one of my comments. Like, if there's one thing I have to say about Sherman is it's freaking stable.
Yeah.
You know,
so super stable.
Super stable. And again, that has everything to do with everything. So it's not like, oh, it's balanced because the battery's on one side, battery's on the other side. It's also the tire. And when Kuji placed the road tire, I can't say that fall had to do with the tire. Didn't he say it himself? He said it's because it's not the tire, right? Like, he didn't say it was because of the tire.
That what? What wasn't because of the tire?
When he crashed?
Oh, no. He 100% said it wasn't the wheel's fault at all. He said it was him. He said when he came into the bump, as he came into the bump, he was wobbling a little, and then as he came into the bump, it was more of him not controlling it before he went into it. And so he overestimated his ability to control it and pull out of it. And with it bumping and jumping,
it kept bumping.
And he said it was just too much. So he said, I definitely do not blame this on the wheel. He said it's all my fault. So I was like, okay, because that's the first thing people said. So that's
the thing, and that's what I'm trying. And this brings me back to the point I'm trying to make. Perception in YouTube and just media in general is reality. So Gotway needs to fix their perception because I don't feel Gotway is that bad. I think if I were to rate them, I would rate them like a strong B+ overall. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to B+ overall, but
Stop it! Listen, you're giving them a B+ because you're a speed demon and you love their speed. No other wheel other than the Veteran has given you that speed, so you have a lot of love for them. And you're not alone. Everybody's got the speed love for them, but you have to give them a grade that's commensurate to what they're doing. And honestly, that's shady.
Well, I think that's two categories then. You can't lump it all together.
It's an over. Come on, man. You are no. You're you're separating the categories so you can give them a higher grade. No. I'm sorry. I can't let you go. They get an overall grade of a C+.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't disagree with the overall C+ grade because you're coming from a perspective of because what was your first wheel?
My first wheel was the V8 in motion.
In motion, right? So in motion, okay, what would you rate in motion in terms of an overall company when it comes to, and you don't want to break it up into segments. So in terms of, affordability, well, let's not talk about price. Let's just say performance and reliability and durability and stuff like that.
Okay.
And quality.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Emotion gets an A for quality control, for the way they constructed, for the things that they give you in the wheel as far as options and stuff. Because the V8 and 10, they were giving you the sleeve. They were the only one to give you that. They gave you quality, like the handles and everything that they made was quality. Their only downside was their speed. And that,
but a lot, okay, so that's what I meant when I said I have to break it up. Because,
but because
a lot of customers were not happy with the V10 and V10F because look,
they were slow.
You gave us an amazing product, which is the V10 and the V10F. I loved it. I wanted it. But look at the price and look at the fact that they didn't even listen to their customers in terms of speed.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So honestly, when you said, but you're rating the company. When I rate the company, I would have to give I would have to take some back. I probably would give them an A- because at the time, everyone was telling them, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. And they said no.
Yeah.
It's not that they couldn't, excuse me. They decided we're not doing that. And and they said that because it was more important to them to be safe than it was to get speed.
But look what they did. They didn't match that with price, and that's important for their customers. They kept that price insanely high, which made no sense in terms of the market. Like the market was telling you something, and then you wanted nothing to do with it.
Okay.
So why didn't...
Hold on one second. Robert, another super chat. I appreciate it. He said, it's for my Sherman fund. Yo, brother, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Definitely. So go ahead. You were talking. So you're saying that their wheel was too expensive since they weren't giving you everything that you asked for.
Yeah, it's like, look, because it's like you're not doing us a favor by creating an awesome wheel with no speed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we understand you're a safety company, and I know InMotion can push it. They can.
Of course.
They absolutely can.
They just did. They listened to us and tweaked the V11 like...
But no. Don't say they listened to you. They had freaking no choice.
Yeah, no. Okay, they had a choice because that's what they did. Yeah. They did it before. The last time that everybody said, speed it up, they said, no, we're not doing it. And this time they said, okay, we hear you. We're gonna.
Yeah, but we forced their hand.
Yes.
We forced it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they weren't listening before. It's the same company. They're getting the same message. It's just this time they said, okay, we're listening.
How fast is the V11?
55. It was 55 kilometers. So was it 55?
That's 30.
Yeah.
Isn't that 30?
No, 35. 35 miles per hour. And that's, I mean, it's only slightly higher than the 30 miles per hour for the S18, but 5 miles per hour means something. The battery range, they changed the cells and gave you more range. So they gave you more range and more speed because everybody was yelling about it. Let's see. Negative attention. Kuji is sticking the off-road tire because it's more stable. Yes, Kuji's definitely said he's sticking with the off-road tire because it's more stable at high speeds. He liked the road tire better at low speeds, but at anything over 30, he said he liked the off-road tire better. Kuji is like 100 pounds soaking wet. Of course, he couldn't control the wheel over the bumps. You're right. He
I mean, that's another thing. Like, skill is very important. Very, very important. And Kuji has a ton of skill.
Yes,
but here's the thing. You wouldn't think weight. I mean, weight is important too.
It is.
Because the Sherman is not a light wheel. You know what I mean? And there was one guy who told me, stop saying it's conditioning of muscle. I'm sorry, man. I don't know how else to say it. Like,
I
if
froze
you don't
again.
have...
Oh, man.
I haven't?
My camera keeps freezing. No, go ahead. Keep
Oh,
going.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, that's
Keep going.
right.
That's all right. I just unplug it and start it again. I don't know why it's doing that today. It's giving me problems, but no worries. No worries. Back in effect. So go ahead.
Once I was riding with Panda,
Yep.
and
Panda,
there's an
panda,
amazing
panda.
path. Panda. There's an amazing path from Charles River. If you go all the way from Park Street, you go to Charles River, and all the way to Watertown.
Yep.
It's like an amazing path. Now, I used to ride that path. I would ride it with the 84. Just, it's a beautiful ride.
Right.
Really open up your wheel. And then I rode with Panda, and I never saw Panda rode fast. I never really, he rides fast, but I never really saw him push it.
Yeah.
So one night, we decided to go riding together. And Panda is a pretty heavy guy.
Yeah.
But dude, the way he was throwing around that monster, I was scared. I was like behind him, and I'm like, is this Panda? Dude, he was throwing the wheel around like it was nothing. When we stopped, I was like, what the freak was that? I never saw you ride like this. So it's a big wheel, but it makes sense because weight kind of matters. Like he's heavy, so he treats it like a toy, throws it around.
Yeah.
To the point where the person was talking about Coogee and his weight. Weight's important.
Yeah, it is. Look, I get a lot of cracks about it because of COVID, I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I'm usually more muscular but a lot leaner, and I've been terrible since the COVID, and I haven't recovered yet. But I keep saying 230 pounds, because I've never weighed that much in my whole life. So I'm like, God, I'm heavy. And but when I ride,
same here, man. Same here.
But when I ride, I feel good because I know I got the weight to slow down, to stop, to do what I got to do, to make the wheel. If I go over big bumps or whatever, I got a lot of weight. I can do something with it. So I feel good about that. So the heavier wheel. Unless until I was on the M10-3, I was like, uh-oh. I can't do much on that little wheel, but, hold on. We got more super chats. My man. Yes, Danny, thanks. He said no matter how much perception they put into the shells, they will explode in contact with the asphalt. You're right. And then, of course, EVX, my man, EVX. Thanks, Mickey. The fact that a veteran exists takes that B+ down to a C+. The better part of Gotway left veteran to make a better wheel. Let that sink in. All right, Mickey.
Can you read that one from EVX? It's the one that says, "Don't get it twisted."
But is it below the super chat?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, here it goes. Don't get it twisted. In Motion did 34 miles per hour on that V11. The S18 is a King Song 31, which when tested on GPS is 28. So that means that, just think about it. V11 did 34 miles per hour, and S18 is really more like 28. That's a big difference. You know what I mean?
There's a comment from A.L. Aldaz Chem, and we all can agree with that at least.
Where is it?
In Motion, it says In Motion is like Apple, and everyone else is like other companies.
No. Sorry.
No?
No, because Apple is no joke on their quality control. Apple is no joke on what they give you. They give you top. Now, In Motion is Apple. In my opinion.
No, that's what he said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he said Gotway. You're right.
No. In Motion.
You're right. Then I say yes. Yeah. All this, I say yes. You're right. In Motion is like Apple. Everyone else is like other. Yes. I'm sorry. I misread that because they're exactly that. They give you, when you think about it, even though a lot of people love Android because it's open source and you can do a lot with it, how better is the quality on an iPhone than it is on some of the Androids? Not all of them, because Samsung is doing amazing things too, but a lot of the Android other companies, you get a phone and you're like, oh man, this is nowhere near the same quality as you get on an iPhone. You're like, that's quality. So it's true. In Motion puts something into it like their heart and soul into every device they make. Where I feel like Gotway gives you just enough to make it happen, and they don't give you the extras with it, and they still charge you a good bit. So, I mean,
I would have to say Gotway's prices are kind of consistent. But okay, so now let's talk more about the Sherman a little bit. There's two things I want to talk about the Sherman in terms of negativity. So the changing of the tire. So
no, man. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
What do you think about that?
That changing of that tire was crazy. I watched him do that, and I was like, damn, that does not look like fun at all.
When Marty kept banging that,
I was like, what? I was like, I gotta do that? I was like, oh. Then I was like, oh, wait. You don't have the money for a Sherman, so you ain't got to worry about it. But I was like...
But you know what? You know what's interesting, though? The knobby tires kind of take care of that, doesn't it? Because would you say, like, most flats happen because of small, like, tiny nails and stuff like that when the tire starts to get bald?
Yes, I agree. Because somebody I know just got a flat. Ooh, mate, was that you?
That was me.
Yes.
You're not playing. You're right.
Yes, I'm serious. Because I when you got that flat, I said I knew it. I knew it because your tire looked bald even way back when you was doing the hills. Before the hill, I was like, part of that tire is going bald, man. I was like, I don't know how he's still like riding like that. And when I had it, and I borrowed it from you, thanks again for that. I enjoyed riding it, but I was worried. I was like, man, if this thing gets a flat, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, no, it's actually not that bad. Like when I've gotten a flat before at high speed, it just slows you down.
Yeah. Look. This a lot. This a lot right here.
But you have gear. You have gear. You're all set.
Yes, true. And my gear, I thank God for it because hitting the ground and sliding, I've gotten up so many times, brushing myself. I'm like, whoo, I'm glad I was wearing something. So, but if I don't, like the time I was with you and my knees got jacked up, I was like, oh no, that's not happening. Yeah, so I think about that and I'm like, yes, I can walk away unscathed and I'll get up and do my thing, but it's still not a fun thought. So when I see that bald tire, I'm scared. So that tire on the Sherman, you're right. I was like, wow, I got a lot of meat on that tire.
Because even now, I have a flat on my MSP, guys. I have a flat on my MSP.
I need another sound effect. Wah wah wah.
I know, right?
Wait, hold on.
I was shooting. Go ahead.
That's all I got. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically I was shooting a video, and then when I was done, I was like, let me go add some more content, so I can make stuff. And then I pulled the thing out. I'm like, why is it feeling like that? And I was like, wow, I have a flat. But even now, the wheel is still in the living room, and I'm just looking at it. And so could you imagine, like, if that was the Sherman? I was like, okay, that's it. No more wheel, no more Sherman. Put that in the closet.
You would be heated. And you're every day walking by just mad at yourself. Damn wheel.
But there's something else though I want to talk about. So when Marty did that overheat hill, I couldn't help but think if he had an app connected to that wheel, he would be able to set all kinds of alerts.
Yeah, you're right. That would help.
Because like I said, the end result of the Sherman in terms of quality is beautiful. Like, when EVX posted it first on his channel in the community tab section, and I looked at him like, looks cool, wow, at least we have more options. That's cool. But I never paid much attention to it. Yeah. But because it didn't look, to me, because of the headlight and the tail light, it looked like something that was just put together, you know what I mean? But when I got there and I think a lot of people said the same thing. Like, but when I went out there, and you went out there, and we saw it in real life, you're like, holy, this thing looks fine. Like, it looks amazing. It looks well put together. Like really thought about this before they put this out.
Yeah. It looked like a Jeep. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Because a Jeep looks funny, but it's well made. It's well built. You know what I'm saying?
And you're like, man, that's a nice wheel.
That's a nice wheel. Like, that was a really nice wheel.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't help but think that Sherman, they went as far as they could in terms of making people happy because of quality control and how it looks and how it operates. But with the safety, you would think for a wheel that both approximately 45 and V mentioned that she did 52 miles an hour.
52 V.
You would think that they would have more safety in mind in terms of sensors, because you don't have an app.
Right.
You knew you weren't going to have an app. Maybe they didn't know. I don't know.
I think they're going to, though.
But my point is, there are people out there now trying to reach 60 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? So if you had at least started with that, you would offer more safety at least, even if it's not by your hand.
Yeah.
EUC World is probably the best.
Yeah, and I don't even have an Android yet, so I'm about to try and grab a used hey, anybody in the comments got an Android they want to give me? I'm gonna grab one and just use it on Wi-Fi to use that app, because I've never used the app and I like the app a lot, but he doesn't make it for iOS, so I haven't been able to try it. You know. Hold on, some more shout outs real quick. Daniel, my man with the super chat, definitely. Gotway is like the Samsung Note. Batteries might explode and burn your nuts. Okay, V said changing the veteran tire. Hate it. Yeah, definitely. That doesn't seem like it's gonna be fun. But you have one, V. So I know you'll do a video when you have it. Let's see. I know I saw something. Oh, EVX, my man again. Yes, EVX. Love you, brother. Thank you. Super chat. Overheat Hill is overrated, overused, one note and yet useful to the community. But not all wheels need to pass that test. Not all wheels are designed to climb mountains. And honestly...
Wait. Oh, hold on. Can I respond to that?
Of course. Go for it.
So that comment makes sense, but Sherman said to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was actually Jason who said to do it, but I believe he had the backing of Sherman when he said it, but it was Jason that pushed him to take it to Overheat Hill, and he said, because he said he had some doubts, and he said it was Jason that pushed him over the edge and said, go do it.
I don't think it's an overrated test, because the one thing I used to do hardware testing, so I was a hardware engineer.
Yep.
And my specialty was hardware testing.
Right.
So what I used to do was take it and put them on all sorts of stress tests.
Right.
And the reason you do that is because some of the components, if you don't put them to crazy stress, they can start to desolder themselves. You see what I'm saying? And you won't know that. You won't know that until you put them through that that stress. Now, and in Motion V11, a KS S18, you don't need to do that with those wheels. But for wheels that boast crazy performance, I think you will need to do that, because what happens is the Overheat Hill, even though nobody that I know of does hills like that, what that does is it pretty much creates a scenario that could possibly happen in another situation. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, if you're riding at 100 degrees at 45 miles an hour for a long duration, you're going to find out certain things about that wheel that you wish you had known if you were able to kind of like simulate that test. Yeah. And I think Overheat Hill does that.
And look, I agree with Mickey. Not every wheel is designed for that kind of hill, and not every wheel are you going to be riding up that kind of hill. However, I agree with you, because that wheel was boasted as the biggest, strongest, most powerful, most durable, everything. So when you got a wheel that looks like a freaking Jeep or a tank, and you're saying that it's the best of the best of the best of the best, you got to do all the tests.
That's right.
So
that's right. I
Yeah, that wheel had to be put through it, but it doesn't mean we all have to do it. But it had to go through it for us to see. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I do not expect a result from In Motion. If someone did that to a King Song or did that to an In Motion and it failed, I wouldn't beat on these companies at all because they don't boast that stuff.
Right. So I get it. I get it. Oh, you're going to be surprised at this right here. EVX says the Darkness bot can already connect to the Sherman.
Oh, nice. But I know it can connect. Someone said that. But are all the features available? EVX, are all the features available?
And V agrees and supports that. You might be right that because remember when the 16X came out, it could connect, but you couldn't see the battery level, you couldn't change stuff, and it wasn't until later that they updated it where you could see your battery level and change stuff. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Let us know, guys, if you know. Does it allow you to see the speed? Does it allow you to make the changes in the app, or does it just allow you to see it? Let's see. Let's see what else we got. We got more people here. Why could Sherman burn up? Why did it stop before the burn? And that's Finn. That's what we're talking about. That's a design flaw, and they found it. So now because he did that, they know that wheel will burn up before it shuts off. So now they changed that so that it won't happen again, and that's why that test was so.
What did they do? So far, they added a fuse, right? That's what I heard.
They added a fuse. They added sleeves on the wires, and they're supposed to be adjusting the software so that it won't heat up that much. And if it does, then the fuse will burn before the board will. We got another one. All right, super chat, my man. Definitely real talk. What's up, brother? Why did Coogee put the Sherman in a fireplace? It's not a fireplace, but it is a fire protection. I don't know if we can get them all over. He's the only one I've seen with it, but it's designed so that you can charge the wheel, and if it catches on fire, it won't burn down your apartment building. So that's what it is. It's not a fireplace though. Let's see. I've been telling people about the knobby tire all day, every day. But yeah, the knobby tire is dope. We wanted a street tire though because everybody thought a street tire would be definitely 100% better, and it's better in certain ways, but not all. So
yeah.
Oh, somebody answered the same question I did. Another one, my man Vincent. Thank you, brother. So it took veteran one overheat hill test to add a fuse to their EUC. How many Gotways have a fuse?
But wait. How many Gotways burns up on the hill?
Wait. I gotta come back to that. Listen, you get. No. Okay. Vincent's point is not just.
I know.
They instantly fixed it.
They're listening.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
And now, Gotway, if you are listening, I know you don't watch YouTube.
Well, no, someone brought up a good point. Someone said that in China, YouTube might be banned. Is that the reason?
That's not a good enough reason.
I know, that's stupid.
Because that's not a good enough reason because there's other, they're not all, there's different places you get, I don't buy that. There's ways they can watch YouTube, but for them to say they don't watch YouTube, basically they don't care what YouTube has to say, and for them not to fix the shell made out of paper mache that we keep talking about, it doesn't make sense. This new company fixed right away. 3 fixes they put into effect right away. They were brainstorming, what else can we do? That's a company that listens, and that's what Gotway needs. They need to do. They need to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what else we got. So the Sherman doesn't need to pass overheat hill tests. They do it and made changes to add additional safety to their wheel. So even though they don't, you're right. That's what we're talking about. They instantly made those changes. They could have said, "Hey, just don't ride it up hills." But because
you mean like Apple with what was it, PhoneGate? He was like, just don't hold it that way.
Yeah. Look, Gotway does it. They look. We tell them the shell's garbage. Oh well. Buy another. They say buy another one. They could have did that, but they're not doing that. They said, okay, we're gonna do everything we can to fix it. 3 fixes they came out with. A fuse that will likely blow and cause a face plant sticking needs a proper solution. Yeah, they're working on it, Adam. That's the point, though. They're working on it. They're not just, okay. They're not doing that. They're working on a solution.
I think that's what people appreciate, like you said. It's just that they're listening.
I really appreciate that.
Because, a lot of people said, you know what? One guy said, I forgot who it was. Is he on here? Anyway, I don't see him. But he said, there was a subscriber that said, what he would like to see is an electric unicycle built by riders. Yeah. Well, we don't have that, but Sherman seems to be close to that because they're listening to us.
Yes.
Like you said.
Because that's all you need to do really is listen to our feedback and you'll build a better wheel. Just keep innovating. You're the engineers. We're telling you what we really need. Just find a way to do it and we will continue to support you. The amount of Shermans that are being purchased is crazy because they're listening. So,
but I don't know about that. I hate when we do that because we ignore marketing. Marketing is a big thing when it comes to purchasing. There's a saying that says 80% of our purchasing is done through emotion and 20% through intellect.
Yeah.
So if you look at Kuji Roll and his video, it didn't matter if no one knew about Sherman, but they saw this video from Kuji and how it was presented, they would still buy it because that was amazingly presented. I say that because it happened before with the Z10.
Okay. Yep.
We knew the Z10 was going to underperform. Yet that thing got crazy views and plenty of purchases.
Yeah, but think about it. Excuse me. The Z10 underperformed. However, to this day, there is still mad love for the Z10. The people that love it unconditionally because of some of its characteristics.
But the curve is pretty much flattened out or down, and it's pretty much niche now. It has its own niche in a niche.
You're right, but what I'm saying is, for what it is, it has a lot of flaws, and I would never buy one, and I thank God I never did. I almost did, but it did what it said. It looks amazing, but the battery's terrible. It can't even climb hills well, little hills.
Well, it didn't really do what it said because here's the thing. That wheel was marketed as an off-roading wheel. I'll give them that. I never saw a video from the 9bot guys or any video coming from China or from 9bot where they were on the street blazing the streets like Galway. I didn't see that. But I did see a lot of off-roading.
Yeah.
But it's not the best off-roading wheel either.
No. Yo, it is not. I was in the woods with Anthony and I was on my Tesla and I'm bombing down and up hills and he couldn't do it on his Z10 right behind me. I was like, what's up, dude? He had to get off his wheel and push it up the hill. I was like, nah.
So that's my point. Marketing is a very important piece.
It is.
And I'm not saying marketing in terms of the company marketing. We do the marketing.
Yes, we do.
You know what I'm saying?
We do.
So,
hold up. Your boy's back up again. EVX. Oh, this is for you. He said, Marty pushed it beyond necessity. At high speed, you're never going to use the torque. No other scenario will you use that much torque. So he disagrees with you, Stride.
That's fine. We can disagree.
You guys can agree to disagree. That's okay. Zen Lee, what's up, brother? I see you in here. Welcome. All the way from, he's in Las Vegas. I believe that's where he's at. Okay. And Finn says, no, Marty did the right thing. Stress test is relevant. True. Facts. I agree with Mickey that we're probably never going to push that wheel like that on Overheat Hill again, but it had to be done. You got to agree with that, Mickey. Mickey, you got to agree with that. It had to be done. We had to know. This is a new wheel from a new quote unquote new company and we had to see what it can do. you know?
Yeah. Especially when they supported that test.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Dave says they should allow firmware updates via the USB port or Bluetooth. They're gonna do firmware updates. They're definitely doing updates. So it's.
But someone mentioned, for example, in the Marty test, how the capacitor exploded. Goodness gracious, it just evaporated.
Yeah.
Sometimes firmware, and that's a good point. But sometimes firmware hits a roadblock because of the components.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're only as good as the sum of your parts. So if your parts are not, if they're subpar, then you may have issues. So it depends. Yeah. All right. Let's see. 2 Gotways MSX burn up on Overheat Hill at the same time. Jack was saying. Overheat Hill has claimed some victims. That's for sure. So,
yeah. Yeah. And because of that, we got a great MSP. Look, the MSP, because of these tests, was able to climb that hill with a heavier guy. Now, Marty's a light guy. His friend was heavy with an MSP. You see how big that guy was?
Yeah. But what happened to the speed? That was the problem.
What do you mean? He was right behind Marty.
No. You're saying the MSP. And I'm like, yeah, the MSP did give us the torque that it needed to make it up those kinds of hills, but then they took the speed away.
No, I agree. My point is the technology.
Yeah.
My point is...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. True. Yeah, they look forward, they see, and that's why I love the engineers minds that they put together behind it, because we give you a problem and you go fix it. You know what I mean? It's like... Yeah. We love that kind of thing. We love that you do that for us, because that's what we're craving, and that's what we want to buy. Yeah. And okay, Vincent says, honestly, the proper fix needs to be both a hardware and software fix. Emotion throwing you off the wheel using massive tilt back when it overheats is the right thing. Right thing to do.
How did I forget that? Who said that? That's a very good point.
Vincent. And they do that.
That's a great point, man.
Yeah, they do that to protect the wheel.
Dude, and the rider. Dude, I used to ride the Emotion tilt back to 17 miles an hour. Just ride the tilt back. Because at least I know don't push anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
King Song does that too. When I was riding with you with the King Song 16X, I knew what 30 miles an hour felt like. I knew what when I pushed it.
When you scared me?
With the beep?
Beep. I'm like...
Yeah, because the wheel, it wouldn't, unless you overshoot the power of the wheel, like you overlean, it's not, and you're at low battery, it's not going to cause you to fall. It's going to tilt back before it does anything else. But what we saw with Marty was, boom. No warning whatsoever, just bam. And shout out to Marty because he had the camera still.
Yo, Marty gives props for that. Yo, that was a face plant and a half. Marty just went blam. Yo, but love to Marty, man. Love to Marty. That's a great test. Marty, all for your community, brother. We appreciate you. All right, let me see. Another super chat. The very best. He puts it out. Thank you, brother. For the price of these wheels, it should be able to go over an anthill, make coffee, and soft ice cream. I agree. We pay a lot.
Yeah, they're getting into the used car market prices.
Yeah. I mean, I know the parts cost, but I mean, now we're approaching $3,000, and sometimes
it's not
over.
It's not the part.
No,
it's the research. That's what it is. It's the research and the engineering. That's what, because the parts, dude. You and I could build a wheel right now.
Right, but that's why I don't think it's right. I think they should be able to do more. I mean, I know shipping has added to the cost, but I think it's too much.
Yeah, because I went on a website, and there was this guy who built his own 3D printed electric unicycle doing 13 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Now he reinforced the plastic with metal.
Okay.
But he had everything planted out. He had the wheel, the motor, he had the Bluetooth, he had everything, and he built a wheel. So
you can do it.
That was for free. You can do it. So I think these companies can do better with the prices. I think what happened was we agreed as a group
Yeah.
that these prices were fine,
Yep.
and no one ever said it's a hush hush. It's just
Yeah.
you know don't.
Well, because
So-
the way that they're doing things, if you want it, you gotta pay for it. If you
gotta pay for it, yeah.
don't pay for it, don't get it. Oh well, and
Yeah.
there's somebody
Yeah.
else who's gonna get it, and that's how they.
And
that's how they're
we're paying for it. So
Yep.
why would they change?
Yep. So that's why this other company is gonna force them to, because they're gonna take part of their market share, and now they're gonna
Yeah.
have no choice but to give us what we want in order to get the money back.
It's kind of funny because as expensive as I felt InMotion was,
Yep.
InMotion has more sense in terms of how their pricing are
Yep.
in terms of quality. Because I can't, like back then, if I was the type that only concerned about quality and whatever, I would never buy a Godway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you were to compare it with InMotion and Kingsong, you'd be like, what is this? You see what I'm saying? So they make sense in terms if you just consider quality, but in terms of what you want, it's all about like demand, right? So more people demand speed, more people demand range, you pay for it.
Yeah. Okay, so X Rev Ride says 27-100 batteries are like $5 each when you buy a solo. So he can only imagine how cheap it is if they buy it in bulk. So then Vincent said they probably could have saved costs on the Sherman by using 21-700 batteries, he thinks, but he's kind of glad that they used the battle-tested 18650s. I don't know. Didn't InMotion change to the 21-700s? I thought that's what they changed to give us more range, or do I have it backwards? Somebody say something in the comments there. Let's see. EVX says that he disagrees that the wheel needed to burn up. He doesn't think it needed to burn up on Overheat Hill. He said that Marty could have just stepped off when it got bad. He had 3 opportunities. And then he said instead he burned it up, which is fine.
No, that I agree with.
He said
I agree with that. He could have gotten up.
He wanted the clicks, which is fine too, but he's just let's just be real. I don't know if I agree with that. I think
what I'm saying is he could have gotten up, but that was not a wheel for Marty. This was a test.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't think that he was to the point where he's like, I don't think he really had that opportunity.
Well, he did, because he said the motor was grinding. He said that.
Yeah, but he could hear it. But that's like when the MSP and it grinds when you're going up a hill and pushing it, and you hear that.
No, that's not the same grind.
How do you know?
That is not. I know, because look, I heard the grind. I heard the grind on the video.
Yeah.
That's a grind where the motor was literally about to catch on fire. You know what I'm saying? That type of grind you hear from Godway, that's a grunt. That's like you need to push it. It's telling you to push it more.
Right.
Because you're literally reaching the point where the torque is not meeting your demand for speed. So you're pushing it up a hill and you're not really leaning into it. It's gonna grunt. You gotta push it, man.
I don't know.
The 16X did that to me too, and I almost got off. I was like, why is it making that sound? And the Tesla didn't make that sound.
But it's not the same.
But then when I pushed it, it went up.
I don't know.
That grunt was not a nice grunt. You remember remember when the wheel was like doing this, when he was like shaking?
Yeah.
Remember when he tried to recreate that thing where it was shaking? Well, that's what it felt like. It felt like that wheel was about to like fall apart.
But you have to remember, hindsight is 20/20. And you're saying, he could have. But at the time, he's pushing the wheel, trying to see what it can do. So he's pushing.
No, I agree with that.
You know,
that part, so it's like this. What EVX is saying, he could have.
Yeah.
We are saying it was a test.
Yeah.
He needs to burn it up.
Yeah. That's a test is just that. A test.
Yeah, it's a test. Yeah.
What can this wheel take?
Yeah.
So the very best says we see Marty's videos to see the wheels burn. Let's see. Gotway Monster, bro. Oh, what? Yo, EVX said Gotway Monster Pro is gonna be like 4K. Yo, all right, I'm out. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. I can't. Again, unless
But I have to say though, you know, EVX likes suspension, right?
yeah, he liked it. He thought it was going to be gimmicky, but he liked it.
Prior to that, I remember he was very concerned about suspension.
Yeah, and he says that.
He was concerned that suspension might affect how we corner and how we, like when you're riding fast, is it going to affect your maneuverability?
Yeah.
Well, we found out that,
it's not a problem.
It's
not a problem.
Well, so, we don't know what Galway is going to come out with.
The EX suspension.
That one's cool. That EX suspension looks pretty cool because I was wondering how we're going to do that.
But they need to do something about the way that it protrudes below the pedal. Their shock protrudes below the pedal and it sticks out. And I was saying if they encase it in some kind of metal tube like Emotion did, then maybe. But just having that piece sticking out like that is gonna get dinged. So it's gonna
ding.
That's not gonna be good. It's gonna be a point of failure.
I was thinking it goes only to the point where the metal hits the rubber. So do you think that's an issue? Because it only goes where the metal meets the rubber.
Yeah, but the thing is, say you ride through an area that has bushes or trees or rocks that's up on the sides, and you try
you're gonna be getting a lot of stuff.
You try to squeeze through there. How many times have you caught brush with your pedals because you went through a high brush area? Imagine you go through a high brush area and some of that brush grabs that bar and twists it. You're screwed. You'd be real mad. Okay, so X Rev Ride's got a good question. He says, "What do you guys think about the roll bars clipping the curb in Marty's video?" Remember when it was hitting the curb?
That was another thing.
Yeah, that was a problem. I was like, man, I guess the more you ride it, the more you deal with it, the more you see some of these issues, and that was kind of an issue.
That's the cost of rushing to. But again, this is not a bad thing, but that's another risk and another area that they couldn't foresee, I guess, because they had no customers, so they don't have any feedback. So for their first try, these things I'm sure will be addressed in future models. But
they did good though.
That's the cost. That's the cost of trying to answer your potential customers. You know what I'm saying? With all their gripes, it's the cost.
So Real Talk says, shout out to Marty. Shout out to Marty. We're talking about all his efforts. He does a lot to try and give us, what we're looking for. So I appreciate you, Marty. And no blood was lost on that one, but I appreciate you going down for us to learn about that wheel. Let's see. Measured the roll bar, the difference between. Oh, okay, hold on. V says EVX. I actually measured the roll bar, and the difference between the back end of the tire and the bar is a half an inch. The front measurement difference is 1 inch. Okay, so it's a little more in the front than the back.
Have you guys seen the video? Have you guys in the comments have you seen the video from EcoDrift and Hafiz where they were racing or riding the Sherman really fast, and what they were doing was they were trying to compare the braking power between squatting and grabbing onto that rail. The guy who grabbed onto the rail stopped so much faster.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that they were just racing, and then they were saying you got to go fast, but then you got to stop. And he definitely did much better with grabbing that bar. But
that was dude. It came at a point. It came to a stop.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Because you're not just using the stopping power of your heels and your body. You're gripping it and pulling it backwards. It's like
that's a plus and a minus, because is it possible then? Because remember the guys in New York, what they were doing was they had the power pads on,
over torquing
it. They were trying to over torque it, and they did.
Yep.
So my question is, do you think you'll reach a point when you're braking and you're grabbing it where you could pull it too much and over torque it back and fall off?
I think so. I didn't engineer it, but I'm just going by looking at what those kids did in New York with the over torquing the 14-year-old kid there, and then looking at what the overheat hill did to it, so you know that it's not it's not like a unstoppable wheel. That it does have limitations, and I think that that could be one of the limitations. So I was worried about that when I watched him do it. You know, I was like, "Ooh, boy!" I was like, "If he goes backwards, that would suck." Falling forward is bad enough, but falling backwards? Oh no!
That's 3D, man.
Yo,
3D.
oh no! Okay, so V said she was gonna add that to her video, but she decided not to. Appreciate the info though, V. Appreciate it. Let's see. Look at one wheel and their price. EUC is cheap in terms of specs and cost. Okay, compared to a one wheel, but I just think a one wheel is more overpriced. You pay $17.95 or whatever for that, XR. No way. That only goes 22 miles an hour or something. No.
Yeah, but that's I used to want to compare the two.
They're different.
They're two different markets.
Yeah, they're definitely different.
I don't think it's. If you were to really compare them, I don't think you can. They're just different. I watched some videos of how some guys were riding their one wheel compared to what we do with our EUCs.
Yep.
And I don't think it's about the speed. I think in many cases it's about the thrill. You know what I mean?
It is, because you feel differently. You feel.
It's just one guy said he feels more engagement with the one wheel.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. That's what he said.
So Real Talk says, can you imagine how much EUC would be if it was manufactured in America? $10,000.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah. EVX says, I don't like to imagine that. Adam says, the price is what people are willing to pay. You're right. They put those prices up there and we buy them. If they put that like the new Monster, he just said it's going to be about 4K. If they put out that wheel at 4K and we go and buy that damn thing, look, if we don't buy it and we say, we're going to pass on this one, and they sell 10 of them, they'll be like, we might have to lower the price here. So I don't know. I think that's the only way. Let's see. What do we got? Kingsong S18. Went to 21,700 batteries. Oh, did they? Somebody said that the S18 went to 21,700 batteries as well. Emotion is using 21,700. I thought that's what they went to. To buy and accept products with flaws. Yeah, given the history of EUC consumers, we are willing to buy and accept products with flaws. Yeah. Okay, so V agrees with you. It's not the same grind that we heard on his video. And V, he said, preach, V. Something was wrong with the wheel when it first started. I don't know about that. Motor cog and metal grinding is different. Okay. All right, y'all. I hear y'all. It's different. That grind noise was definitely the wheel crying for help. Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah. All right, V. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, it's an issue. Yeah, it is, Mickey. I agree. All right, when we get the next big battery breakthrough, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'm hoping that something that Tesla's doing is gonna trickle over. That's what I'm hoping. When you crash with that wheel, forget off-road. When you crash and bend that car on the EX, your wheel won't function. Oh, that part. Yeah. True. When you bend that part, it's done. Yeah, it's done. Oh, he said the bar. Yeah, it's done. That's why I'm worried about the EX. I'm like, man, I don't know if they got to do something with that to protect it. It can't be exposed like that. It's not a good idea at all. Emotion had a much better idea. Put it up higher and encase it. So the EX suspension has inverted design, probably due to where the. Why am I getting? Is your volume up on your side? Ustride.
My volume?
Is your volume on something else? Another device? Is that volume up? Sounds
I
like
don't I don't have anything else playing.
okay. For whatever reason, it sounds like I'm getting feedback now. Okay.
Do you hear anything now?
No, nope.
I don't know. That was just my fan.
Oh, it might be because my fan is running too, and I keep turning it off so I don't get that. But it could be mine too. Okay. The suspension is inverted, probably due to the where the sprung and unsprung mass is due to the battery pack weight. This is one design choice. Yeah, but it's a bad design choice if they leave that thing out there, in my opinion. You know, vegans giving big respect to Marty. Yep, we all do, vegan. Oh, my man, I love you, EVX. Yeah, Mickey, you're the man. Lack of headphones is causing this feedback in the audio. Okay, is it? Is that what you guys are getting? You're getting a feedback in the audio? All right, hang on. Let me see if number one, what I can do is, can I turn this down? Maybe if I turn my volume down on my end here. See if you see anything in the comments you want to talk about there. Oh, not that one. This one. Give me 1 second, people. Let me see if I can make a change here. He's saying he's getting feedback. Let me turn this down. All right. Say something to me, Ustride. Give me
a what's up?
Okay, a little bit more.
What's up?
All right, so I turned down the volume here. Maybe that'll help, and I'll move my mic away a little bit. So hopefully that'll help. Mickey, I don't know if that's better. Let me know, brother. But appreciate you saying something there. Okay, so super chat fund for headphones. Okay, guys, I do have headphones. I wearing headphones when I got wireless headphones, and in the middle it kind of once I put them on and then turn it off, then it causes an issue, and then I can't get it to come back to the way it is now. So I wasn't wearing them, but I may go back to some headphones in the future if there's an issue. Once I hear this one back, this may make the decision for me. Let's see. Okay, real talk. He says, Cobra, what's your initial impression of the high-speed MSP? Number one, I like the wheel much better, the tire much better on this wheel than the MSP, the regular MSP. And number two, I love how it feels. It feels really good. Like, it was smooth. I didn't push it past 30. I think I went like 30 point something miles per hour because I'm still trying to get the feel of it. I only got to ride it that one day. But oh man, I'm liking the wheel. I still don't like the pedal angle all that much. I'm still not a fan of the angle. I know it brings you into the wheel a little bit and you get used to it and like it. So I'm not loving that. But overall, a positive impression so far. And I have a feeling I'm really going to be able to push this wheel and really get something out of it. So definitely loving it. Definitely. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, Mad Pack in the house. What's up, buddy? Welcome in. I know I'm a little behind. Question that is overdue. You stride. Owning the veteran and then pulling Gotway forever. Oh, I don't know. I think they're saying that you're going against the veteran and you're loving Gotway.
No. I'm not. I haven't made any decision. I just I don't know. I for me, an EUC is about portability. You know what I mean? Number one for me.
Okay. Well, he's saying what's the over and under, basically. So where are you leaning right now? Where are you leaning? Which way are you leaning?
MSS.
Really? Okay. So right
now,
now,
the high speed version MSP.
Okay. Oh, what's up, Tang Tang? Welcome to the chat, buddy. Okay. All right. Steve-O says it sounds fine on his end. Okay. Oh, he's saying that my was causing echo on you. How's it sound now, guys? I'm gonna scroll down. How does it sound to you guys now? Is the echo gone? Are we good? Oh, another super chat by my man Daniel. What's up, buddy? Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, he says super chat. Oh, your headphones don't work. Must have been made by Gotway. That's That's messed up. Okay, he says it sounds great. Thanks. Oh, okay, yeah. Rev Rides, he says, good to hear the pedal angle is extreme. I looked at E-Wheel's site and it says that it should be 11 degrees, so mine may have been a one-off. Okay, now really, I'm not talking about the angle of the wheel back to front. I'm talking about the angle coming into the wheel from the sides, the way that the pedals are angled. That's what I mean. As far as the angle of the wheel front to back, I was okay with that. That was decent. It didn't bother me at all. Yeah, real talk. He said, thanks for the impression. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys were able to, are here for this, because I'm definitely going to be coming with those reviews. Let me see. The sound you tried is really bad because it's do a reverb on your microphone. Okay. Say something else. You try. Give me a sound check again.
I think that was an old comment because now some are saying it sounds great.
Okay. We'll leave it. So John is asking, can I adjust the angles? No, you can't. I don't think you can adjust the angle of the pedal coming into the wheel. As far as I know, you can't adjust that. It's the only thing you can adjust is the tilt of the wheel. You can adjust to 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, however you want it, to a minus, or you can adjust it so it tips forward even if you want it. That's how Showtime likes to ride. But you can't adjust the angles coming in from the side, as far as I know, unless you guys in the comments, somebody knows how to do that. But it's the way the angle of the pedal is designed. Let's see. All right, everybody says it sounds good, so we're gonna leave it at that. Pedal angle. Let me scroll back real quick, see if I missed anything because I came down. Tang says he loves ThaBlackCobra stream. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Good. Pick up my lady friend. Great show. Stay wheel. Stay wheel. I'll catch the rest of it later. Okay, Jack had to go pick up his lady friend. Which wheel? Back on the original topic, Rev Rise says, which wheel are you leaning towards? So he already said it. He's leaning towards that high-speed MSP. That's what he's looking for.
It's not a decision. I'm just leaning.
Yeah, leaning. He ain't made a choice yet. Okay, the only way you can adjust the angle is by shaving the metal of the pedals, which is not recommended. I would definitely never do that. I would never do that because, that's something that is too much. If you get the wheel, you just have to get used to the angle of the pedals. If you don't like that, then you can't get that wheel. That's all. I would never do any shaving, at least not me. I think that's too extreme.
Yeah, same here. I wouldn't do that.
Too extreme. Okay, so Mad Pack said he's waiting for the MSP high-speed version. Should be here around first week of August. That's good, man. Hopefully by then I have my videos out on it already, because I'm riding it now. At least trying to. I only got 1 day. I got to get more time on it. Wilson says he really appreciates your beginner videos, you stride, and they must have helped him come through.
Awesome, Wilson.
And John Burton says, or Brunton says, do you have the high-speed MSP? I do. I have it right now, but I'm borrowing it from EX Rev Rides, who's in the comments section here. He sent it to me, so I'm gonna be testing it out. I'm going to get in shape all for the Sherman since it's heavy. All right, Tank. Everybody got to get in shape then for it, because it's definitely heavy. Oh, he's saying he learned to ride on your beginner videos. Same thing. Oh, yeah, another super
I learned
chat
to ride from everyone else.
Real talk. All right, buddy. How much is it to have the MSS to be shipped to America? A lot. Apparently, it's like $3,200 to have that wheel shipped here. That's what V was saying, $3,200 or $3,300, something like that. And it was more than she was willing to spend on that wheel. So, that's how I made mine go from 20 to 17, and it was a huge help. But you can overshave them and make the pedals useless. Oh boy. Okay, now you tell me that, now I'm worried. I didn't know you shaved them. Let's see. Yesterday they sent me the S18. So in August I will have too much to choose to ride. Okay, I'm glad you got the S18 now, buddy. I know you were still having issues with your 16X, so and glad you got something else to ride now. What's the difference between the MSS and the MSP high speed? They're both doing the same thing, but the way they're made is different, from my understanding. I think that it's the motor, I think, is the difference. Would you agree, Ustride, between the high speed?
So the MSS has a higher motor power output.
Yes.
The MSP high speed version has a 2,000 watt motor, which is like the 100-volt MSX.
Okay, so the MSS is higher. Is it 2,500, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not 25. It's probably like 22 or 2300.
2250?
Watt motor.
Okay.
And the MSS has a bigger battery as well. And the MSS has cool features, like you can add like a laser,
right,
so that when you're riding and you reach a certain limit, it flashes on the road,
right,
so you know at least how fast you're going.
Okay. Let's see. Only blah, 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 blah. Now I went too far. Go back to where I was. Yeah. Oh, V said definitely was 3,200. So for you guys that asked, 3,200 to get that MSS shipped here from London. Is the Sherman being sent to customers yet? The Sherman is starting to be sent. I think V is one of the first ones to actually get one. And I'm not sure. V, is yours the production model, or is yours still the pre-production model? I don't remember. I don't know if they made the changes that they were gonna make for everybody to hers. Because actually it can't be, because they didn't. She got hers already when Marty was doing the thing. So, they sent her the stuff to make the adjustments. I think that was it, right, V? So the Sherman should be starting to mass ship soon. I know in London they were already passing them out. Let's see. Okay, V says yes, this week people were receiving them. Okay, he says I'll be fine. He's done over 200 miles on those pedals. All right, man. I'm heavy though. So Dave says, I'm jealous of your massive group rides. I'm in Montana. Fortunately, I have sold older models to about 4 friends over the years to do some group rides. Hey, I'm with you, man. I don't have a lot of people to do group rides. That was the first group ride that we ever had here. Now we had 9 people total. So, but I envy like people in bigger cities, Boston, New York, where there's more people to ride with. Let's see. Yeah, Real Talk says laser. Wow. Yeah, it was a great idea. The addition of that. The MSS is so much better produced. This is Mad Pack saying that it's better produced, is more than just the motor. Also, the batteries are customized for overheat and much harder to happen because the batteries are spaced. Yep. Okay, and V's was a pre-production model that she got. So she's just confirming what I was saying. And the MSS has Samsung batteries, according to Mad Pack. This would be crazy. The very best is saying, how about a massive group ride with everybody on M103? Listen, the M103 is not a group ride wheel. Okay, people? The guy who rode it on a group ride and his wheel burned up, I was like, what you doing on an M103 on a group ride anyway? It's a great wheel buzzing around town on short jaunts, but not for a group ride. So the MSX high speed is an MSX with a bigger battery and different control board. Why not put the MSP board in the MSX? I did. Well, some people do. So Finn is asking, what do we think of the suspension wheels? Thumbs up. I'm loving the suspension wheels. I think that it was the greatest idea, and I think that going forward, every wheel should have suspension in some form or fashion. I like that both companies did it differently. I honestly think that what everybody else said, the S18 has a better shock design, but the V11 is a better wheel, and a better wheel overall that just added shocks. So I think that going forward, however you do it, all these companies need to have suspension.
Well, the thing is, I can't say anything about it per se because I haven't really tested it. But what I can say is the only person I've really seen ride the S18 the way to be ridden, considering that it's a shock wheel, is Kujiro and Chooch. I'm sure there are others. There's one more guy who tried it, but I don't remember his name. But most rides seem to be normal, but I don't know. I haven't seen many videos, so. But I think it's designed for people who love mountain biking. Like I love mountain biking. I had a mountain bike. I haven't mountain biked in a while because I don't like picking up that thing. And since I got into EUC, mountain biking just it seems like a hassle. You know what I mean? So when I saw the, because you have to have a bike rack and you have to like take all that stuff. But when I saw the S18, I didn't even think about the speed. You know, it was just like, for me, it was immediate off-road. To me, that equals off-road.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's a better off-road wheel, honestly. Okay, someone just said something, and I thought I saw it today. It was amazing. Real Talk says, did you see the PEV race competition that Alien Rides had on his channel today?
I did.
Amazing.
I did.
And he said that's definitely right up your lane, U-Stride.
Yeah, no, I was gonna go there, but I couldn't get my wheel to California, and at the time, I forgot what happened. Something must have come up.
No, the new ones.
The new ones?
They're talking. Yeah, you got to go.
No, I didn't see
go
it.
to Alien Rides, and they have some new competitions that are coming out. The first one, they look like Tron. They had these glowing suits and their wheel matched.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was actually a CGI reenactment. First it looked real, and then towards the end you could tell it was CGI. But then they were showing real races, and they had a couple of guys on. They're gonna have EUC races, e-bike races, one-wheel races, and scooter races. 4 categories.
I think that would be his third like competition.
Well, he's gonna enter it, but it's being put on by Ryan.
Oh, he's entering it.
Yeah,
oh, it's not him.
No, it's not his competition. He debuted the videos, and they're Ryan, RION, that company that he rides for. They're putting it on, and it looks amazing.
Ryan.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Go to his channel when we're done and check the video. You're gonna be like, yes, I want to go to that. It looks amazing. Yeah. So let's see. Oh wow, I didn't even realize this.
EVX entered the race, he said.
I'm hearing. Oh, it is my thing here. Okay, my iPad. I can hear the volume. I'm like, why do I hear myself talking?
Hey, I'm sure. I have to leave in like 8 minutes.
Okay, all right, that's fine. The MSS extended battery, 450 watt hours, 100 volt to 225 watt hour, 100. Oh, okay, that's the comparison. So 450 volt watt hour to 100 volts to 2250 watt hour and 100 volt. Okay, definitely we want that 450 watt hour, obviously. Who's been watching? All of you guys. I've learned so much. I have a new. Okay, let's put him up. Todd, welcome to the group, brother. He's a new rider. He's been watching all of us. He learned so much. Yeah, welcome to the wheel life, baby. He's got KS16X. Love my 16X. Great. I'm about to turn 50 and loving this stuff. I'm 50 already, baby. Welcome to the club.
Definitely don't look it.
Yo, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Come out to Boston to visit sometime. Definitely. He's saying Todd. I don't know if he's inviting him, saying he needs a ride. Todd Foster, awesome. Okay, so you did. Yeah, EVX said he entered the race. Good, man. I would like to. I gotta look at the details. I definitely want to make it to that. I don't know if I will though. Let's see. Ryan RE90, 100 miles per hour. Wow. That's a scooter. Real Talk says, great show. Many thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it, brother. Okay, before everybody goes, let me see. What do we got? Before everybody goes, I'm gonna do a giveaway. Today I'm only gonna do
Yeah.
one giveaway, and it's a big one. Okay, you see that? I'm giving away one of those skins for your wheel. So if you want to roll NZ, if you want to roll
That's
NZ
the big one.
case, we're about to give that away real quick. A roll NZ case. And let me see. What can I give you? I got to give you a question. I got a question. It's serious as cancer. Who could keep the average dancer? All right, we're going to go with oh, see, I already gave you my age. I could have asked that. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, no, cause okay, if you watched all my videos, you'll know this. So the first one to answer this question, what vehicle do I drive? What vehicle do I drive? First one in the comments to answer that is gonna win one of those for your wheel, whatever wheel of choice. First one to answer, what vehicle do I drive? My vehicle, my car. What do I drive? So you had to have them paying attention because it was in some of my older videos. Mad Pack said police car. Okay, that's true. It's true. But that ain't what I'm looking for. My personal car. What's my personal car? No.
Someone said a Prius.
No. I do want a Tesla, not a Prius. If I had the money, I would have a Tesla right now. In one of my videos, I got in my vehicle and drove to the gym. So what is my vehicle? And a couple of my videos, you could see me roll up to my car, squad car. You can see me roll up to.
Some of my, it's in one of my videos
Yes.
too, where you were.
Yeah.
Riding.
So you can see what vehicle.
Someone said a 16X.
Oh, hint. Okay, it's white. That's a hint. It's white. See, this is a hard one. This is a hard
question. Wow.
Yeah. Ambulance. Hold on, a Humvee. Yep, all that.
Ambulance.
Somebody was close. All right. If we can't get this, I'll give you another minute, and then we're gonna try. I'll give you a different one if we can't get that one because I know he has to go, so I don't want to hold him up too much. SUV. That's not specific, bro. A white what? What do I drive? No, it ain't a Honda Civic.
That was a good question, bro.
Come on. I'm a big dude. What would a big dude drive? 230 pounds. What? It's white. What? You saw it in the videos. No, not a Buick. Escalade, that's close. I'd like to have an Escalade, but no, it's not an Escalade. A white Mazda, no. I think I stumped him. I think I made it too hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Close. I ain't gonna say which one, but one of them was close.
Oh, someone was close.
Yeah, they were close.
Wow.
No. Come on, a Caravan. Come on, man. No, not a Tahoe, not a Hummer. Somebody said one that was close earlier. All right. Looks like they're not gonna get that. Let's go with all right. As soon as I think of another question, I'm gonna give you the answer to this one. Actually, I think I gave you the answer before. All right, I'll give you another easy one because you guys couldn't get it. You failed. I drive a white 4x4 Dodge Ram pickup. I got a beast truck. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, that would be a good question too. But I put out a video on that one. I don't want to do that one. Um, okay, what two wheels do I currently own? What two wheels do I currently own? That's an easy one.
Yeah.
What two wheels do I currently own? I've mentioned them on the stream today. So, what two wheels do I currently own? You got to name both wheels. Ah, it's kind of not. It's kind of not fair though, Mad Pack. Okay, Mad Pack. I'm gonna give it to Vincent because you know me too well. We talk all the time. That's not fair. Mad Pack, I consider you more of a friend. So, and you won the shirt last time. So, Vincent Chang or Chung, I think that's how you say it, Chung. Okay, Vincent, a monster and a 16X. Okay, besides Mad Pack, yes, brother, I'm sorry. We talk so much, so I'm gonna give it to Vincent. Vincent, you're the winner. Vincent is the winner. So, um, Vincent, I need you to inbox me or email me your address, what wheel you want the thing for, and send me all your information, and I'm gonna send it to them, and they will allow you to order on the website. So send me your information, and I will get with them, and then we can order it on the website. Now I was gonna do another like V did and do a special video. But since we had such a great stream today and we're ending it now, I figured let's do one big giveaway. So I appreciate all you guys for coming. I appreciate you, Stride. He wanted to have this conversation.
Appreciate you too, man. Thank you.
If it wasn't for you, he wanted to have this conversation we wouldn't have had today. I would have had something different. So I appreciate you reaching out to me because I think this is a good conversation to have.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for giving me the spot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And thank you guys for all your responses and your comments and your feedback.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to him before we go?
Whichever wheel you decide, it's your decision. But for me, I'm really thinking, someone told me you should wait because there's so many more wheels coming out. So that's another option too.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm getting the V11 because it's such a well-built wheel, and I wanted another Emotion wheel, so I'm going with that one. But beyond that, I don't know. Once I get my funds back up after that, then I don't know what I'm gonna get after that. But we'll see. Then I'll have to make a change because I can't have more than 3 wheels.
Oh, one more thing I want to say. If you purchase a Sherman or an MSS, I know it's a lot of work, the YouTube stuff, but it would help out a lot if you guys make videos.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anybody that does that, if you get one of these wheels, got them. If I get one, I'm gonna make a bunch of videos. So I hope you guys do too. Actually, you know what? Before we go, I do want to say a couple of things. eWheels.com. If you use the ThaBlackCobra, that's my link with eWheels. And normally he does give the free shipping and gives the hand guards and stuff. But that's the link if you want to support. Also, if you're in the UK, erides.co.uk, 5% discount US. That'll give you that 5% off. And as usual, the gear. My ThaBlackCobra emblem, I have that gear up, but I also have the Wheel Life gear. teespring.com/store, Wheel Life gear. You can definitely get your gear there. All this stuff will be listed in the comments after I repost this video. And if you guys want to support and help me get more wheels, patreon.com/ThaBlackCobra. I'm going to be putting up some specialized stuff just for Patreon. But I want to get that started. As a matter of fact, the first patron that I gets the shirt right away. So go over there if you're interested in helping out and keeping things going here. And that's all I want to say today. You guys keep coming back because we're going to keep talking. Somebody in the comments, I think it was Mickey, said in a couple weeks he's going to run out of people to interview. I don't think we'll run out of people to interview because this is a community. I'm going to be bringing more people in. And worst case...
Hey, you know what you should do? You should try... Well, it's up to you, but maybe you could interview someone who who doesn't ride,
Well, I have people that don't ride that are interested in
or
this
who
kind
would
of
like,
stuff.
or who would like to ride but don't have a wheel or something like
Yeah.
that.
All right, we'll come up with stuff. Trust me, I don't think we're gonna run out. Like,
Yeah, you won't run out of things.
plus there's like you and EVX and all of us that make videos on a regular. Coming back and having these conversations is something that we're just going to keep doing. So in between all the new people that I continue to get, because I do have, there's a few people lined up that want to come on. So I just appreciate that everybody comes back and checks out everything we do, because it does, the community's huge. I love this community. You guys are amazing. So keep up the support, keep riding, and no matter what, guys, keep it wheel. Peace.